emotional reunion.
This WBTV high-definition program is sponsored by Time Warner Cable. WBTV News at 5 starts right now.
Timothy, why are you crying? Timothy, what's the matter?
Timothy Green is alive, and WBTV is the only place you'll see this emotional reunion. Our cameras there when police brought the boy home.
But first at 5 o'clock for breaking news in the Zahra Baker investigation. Police discover bloody cloth stuffed inside this briefcase. Tonight, they want to know if it belongs to Zahra. Good evening and welcome. I'm Paul Cameron.
And I'm Maureen O'Boyle. A big day of news in two cases that couldn't be more different. We begin with a story that we first broke on WBTV.com. Detectives found that briefcase full of blood-stained fabric deep in the woods off Christie Road. That's the Caldwell County road where they found Zahra's prosthetic leg back in October. WBTV's Steve Crump is on top of the story. He's live tonight. And Steve, you've got more on this new evidence and some new charges filed against Zahra Baker. Fill us in.
Well, there are actually two big things going on today. The find up there in Caldwell County, and they believe that the blanket that was found inside of that briefcase may have blood on it. They're going to let the SBI lab tell them whether or not that's true. And at the same time they found that, a grand jury here at the courthouse in Newton was hearing evidence about Zahra Baker's several marriages.
We didn't get a look inside the briefcase, but authorities tell us it appears the case had been in the woods for some time. A logging team found it just before lunch. A crew member saw it by accident.
Just cutting trees and there it was.
I think it more or less just stumbled over it. We're told there appears to be a blanket inside with possible bloodstains. It was located across the street from where Zahra's prosthetic leg and a bone were found last year, about 100 yards from this memorial put up by the owner of the land. Jake Eisenhower says he has plans for a bigger memorial about 20 feet off the roadway for all to see.
Cement pad there to start with, yeah. Something permanent, you know.
He was there as officers came to investigate the latest find. Eisenhower and others say they just want justice in the case, but don't want authorities to rush into anything.
Yeah, they need to take their time.
Meanwhile, Zahra Baker, already being held on an obstruction of justice charge, was indicted today on a bigamy charge. The grand jury accuses her of being married to two people at the same time. Divorce papers we obtained show that her marriage to a Caldwell County man did not end until after she had been married to Adam Baker for a year. In this neighborhood, she and Adam lived across the street from that guy, but she didn't tell anyone she'd been married to him, too. She told them something else.
Yes, that was her brother.
Zahra remains in jail tonight. As for the briefcase that was found, the SBI lab will be taking a look at it.
Actually, we hope it's something to put an end to this thing.
Now, whether it's a big break in the case or not, that remains to be seen. It will be up to the lab in Raleigh to determine if indeed that is human blood and any kind of blood on that blanket inside and who it belongs to. As for the bigamy charge, well, authorities are looking at it from a couple of different ways. Possibly it could negate any kind of spousal privilege between Adam Baker and Zahra Baker. If their marriage is pronounced null and void, then they actually could testify against each other. But at this point, that's a long way off. At this point, we're just talking about bigamy and the obstruction of justice charges. The investigation into the entire case still continues. Reporting live in Newton, Steve Onesorge, WBTV on your side.
Yeah, it does have that potential of a huge impact. Steve Onesorge, thank you for that. And you can read more about these new charges on our website. Just head to WBTV.com. Paul?
Well, this 11-year-old boy is home safe tonight, and only our cameras were there when his family learned that police located Timothy Green.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. Okay. He'll be here.
Sarah Batista is now live in Salisbury covering the story for us. An emotional reunion, obviously, but Sarah, take us back. Show us how this played out.
Well, this is one of those moments that we reporters rarely get to see. I had just finished interviewing his adoptive mother. She was extremely upset. All of a sudden, the phone rings, and we find out that it's police and that they found him. And watching her reaction was like watching just a huge weight be lifted off her shoulders, and that's when our cameras started rolling again.
They just found Timothy and he's on his way home.
He'll be right here.
I'll just pick up the phone and call. I mean, there he is. There he is.
Only a parent of a missing child can understand the relief Crystal Green feels when she looks out her front door.
Oh, my God. Come on in the house. Timothy, why are you crying? Timothy, what's the matter? What is the matter? Don't cry.
After nearly 4 days of missing, 11-year-old Timothy Green is too emotional to talk.
Timothy.
His father carries him in. It's an overwhelming moment for everyone. Crystal needs a moment to sit down.
I'm just nervous as I can be and can't believe that he's here. And just wondering, where he's been.
Turns out Timothy missed his biological grandmother. Acting on a tip, police asked to search her house.
Sergeant Stallings immediately went to the back of the house and found Timothy in a locked foyer back there hiding.
Police believe he's been there since he went missing. It's not what Crystal expects to hear, but right now, that doesn't matter.
Like I told my husband, leave him alone. Let him talk on his own time, So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just glad to have him in the house. I'm just glad to have him in the house.
And such a happy ending there. Now, police say that the grandmother told them she didn't know he was there. And just a little bit of background on Timothy. He was adopted about 3 years ago after his mother passed away. So he's obviously gone through some issues and missed his grandmother. Police say it is possible that she could face charges. For now, we're live in Salisbury. Sarah Batista, WBTV, on your side.
Sarah, thank you. And tonight there's some new information about another missing persons case. Janet Simpson, last seen at an Independence Boulevard restaurant in December. Her abandoned SUV found in Catawba County. Well, tonight, police say they consider this a homicide case. And court papers show they're searching Simpson's cell phone and a computer found at her home.
The family of a teen who climbed into the wheel well of a U.S. Airways jet and died plans to sue the airline and the Charlotte airport. It's believed 17-year-old Delvante Tisdale snuck past security at Charlotte Douglas and into that wheel well of the jet. His badly mutilated body was found the next day in this Boston suburb.
A restaurant worker opened fire on 2 robbery suspects. Now one of them is dead. Police say the 2 men broke into this Subway on West Sugar Creek Road last night and demanded money. Cashier pulled a gun and shot them. One of the men died, the other in the hospital. No one who works at the store was hurt.
We are watching a developing story out of Los Angeles. Conflicting reports about a school shooting there tonight. A district spokesperson says 2 people were wounded in an accidental shooting at this high school, but police say 3 people were shot, and a TV station there in L.A. reporting 1 person is in custody. The school system says a student brought a gun to school in his backpack, and it accidentally went off. According to the L.A. Fire Department, 1 victim is in serious condition. The other is in critical condition right now.
Outside in the Queen City today, fairly gray and gloomy.
Yeah,
you see all the cloud, the misty look there from our HD tower cam. Jim Lytle's over in the First Alert Weather Center. How long is it going to stick around, Jim?
Hey, there's some rain on our doorstep moving in from the west. We'll give you a quick look at radar right now. I'll point that very fact out here. You can see Metro Charlotte there and the rain beginning to show up to the west. We'll track that for you, tell you how it's going to affect your evening commute here, what's left of it, and also give you a good look at the 7-day forecast and our marvelous day tomorrow. All that coming up in just a bit. Jacinda's going to update us now on traffic.
Your First Alert traffic brought to you by Paramount Volvo of Hickory. If you plan on running errands, believe it or not, at 5:08, we are looking good to go ahead and jump on the road. This is I-85 at Brookshire Boulevard, exit 36. Accident-free conditions on our interstates and no delays. Paul Marine, back to you.
Thank you. New at 5 o'clock.
I hope no heads don't roll. I hope nobody go to jail.
Construction delays and missing money at South Carolina's largest historically black college tonight. Who could pay the price?
And next at 5, controversy over CMS's decision to hold class on MLK Day. Tonight, we know how many students weren't at school.